students, welcome to the online teaching video from Shri Shankaracharya Vidyalaya. Subject is social science. Hope this video will find in top of your health and high spirits. Today's topic is civics, that is we also called it as social and political life, and this chapter is chapter 2, understanding secularism. It is the heading of this chapter. You can see from the video slide also that the chapter heading is given. Now today we are going to read about the Indian secularism. Earlier we have read about what is secularism and understanding of the secularism. We have given several examples regarding it. We have read about why it is important to separate religion from state, and we have given so many examples, taking examples in front of us to understand this concept, that what makes it is important to separate religion from the state. Today we are going to read about what is secularism. So in this chapter, first of all, we are going to read about the Indian Constitution mandates the Indian state to be secular, and according to the Constitution, only a secular state can realize its objectives to ensure the following. That is one religion. You can see a picture over given. It's from the picture from the book also. It's given. Very nice. One religion. What it ensures that one religion community does not dominate other. That is, one religion community does not dominate other. That is the one of the characteristics of Indian secularism. Number 2, that some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community. We said with the examples also that one member, I will repeat once more. Next, the third one, let me say what are the objectives, and number 3 are the state does not enforce any particular religion, not take away religious freedom of the individuals. I said with examples that one religion, if it is in majority, cannot dominate or should not dominate the religion with the minority. Let us review once more over here. According to the Constitution, only a secular state can realize its objectives to ensure the following. That is, one religion community does not dominate another. If one community, if we suppose it is a Hindu and it is in majority, it should not dominate the other with a minority religion. That second is that some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community. If one is of the same religious community also, some members are dominating the other, that should also not take place. Next, the third part is that the state does not enforce any particular religion, not take away the religious freedom of the individuals. Every individual have their freedom of taking a religion. So one cannot force or enforce another person to take that religion. So I gave an example in your class also, that if someone religious, that is if Hindus are in majority and they are dominating the Muslims, they are in minority, that may create a chaos and matter of conviction in the class. So in this way, if we compare it, the class with the whole of the country, it may create a lot of civil disobedience, and it causes a lot of indiscipline and civil wars among the people. So Indian secularism, the Indian state works in various ways to prevent the above domination. What is it? The Indian state is not ruled by a religious group and nor does it support any one religion. So in India there is not only one religious group, or it does not support only one religion. In Indian government, what it takes place, spaces like law courts, police station, government schools and offices are not supposed to display or promote only one religion. This is a very important part we should know, and for this we are going to understand with a story that is given in your book. Let us read the story, what it is. It is See, the writings over here are not that clear, so I will read it from the book. In a government school in Shimapur, the students want to celebrate a religious festival, and it is the government high school. So just now we said here, in Indian government spaces like law courts, police station, government schools and offices are not supposed to display or promote any one religion. So in high school, what happens? The students are saying to the teacher that, sir, there is a big religious festival next month. We have never celebrated in our school. So can we do it in this year? The teacher is saying that, I'm afraid that it isn't possible, Rekha. This is a government school. We cannot give importance to any one religion. Just now we said that one religion, only one religion in government schools are not promoted. So government schools don't celebrate any religious festival in the school premises. So most religious festivals are public holidays, so that we can celebrate this at home. So what to do? That should be celebrated at home. So the boys and girls, they are saying among themselves, I never thought of it in this way. I guess we can always celebrate it outside school. So if it is not allowed to celebrate inside the school, being a government school, that can be celebrated outside. So anyway, we are planning to celebrate in our locality. So what conclusion we can take from this story above? In this above story, the celebration of the religious festival within the school would have been a violation of the government policy of treating all religions equally. What we said, the government schools, that only one religion should not be promoted. So if we are taking the celebration of religious festivals, it could create a violation of the government's policy. So government schools cannot promote any one religion, either in their morning prayers or through religious celebration. This rule does not apply to private schools. There is some relaxation in the private school. They can perform all these sort of festivals or in sort of prayers or any sort of promotions. Now, story from a book. Just now I said, in a government school in Simapur, the students wants to celebrate. This is a whole story that has been given in this slide. Just now what I said orally. This rule does not apply to private schools. This is also have been said. It is written. So now let us move to the next slide. So what this slide represents? It representing that everyone has an equality. This is an Sikh, this is an Christian or any other caste groups, religions or caste class. They have been given the equal opportunity in our country. Let us take another example with a story given in your book. The second way in which Indian secularism works to prevent the above domination is through a strategy of non-interference. What is the word using over here? It is non-interference. What is the meaning of non-interference over here? This means that in order to respect the sentiments of all religions and not interfere with religious practices, the state makes certain exceptions for particular religious communities. What is them? It means that we should respect or give equal responsibility or equal importance to all religions. To avoid the chaos over here, or to avoid the sentiments of our religions, to respect the sentiments of religions and not to interfere the religious practices, the state has taken several measures. What is this? See, in this story, what happens? A group of friends who have recently bought scooters are meeting to go for a ride together. Now one friend is saying to the other, that is, you can see through a picture, one is Punjabi, that is wearing a pagri over here, turban, and one is having the helmet. The person who is wearing the helmet, he is saying to this person, other person, that, hey, I hope you have a helmet. You know the law of Delhi requires what you wear on. Why aren't you wearing a helmet? Do you want to be fined? Means he knows that if one is not wearing a helmet in a road of Delhi while riding, one may get fined. So the other boy is saying, don't worry, I won't be fined. Why? He is so confident in saying that he won't, he will not have to give the fine. Why? Hey Paramjit, why you won't be fined? Then for Sikh, because this person is a Sikh. And wearing a pagri is a very important part of their religion. So every Sikh person, if you see in the road, in the class or in our locality, will see they are wearing a pagri. So it is a common concept or common custom for them. The government cannot force us to wear a helmet. So the government, if one is having a religious practices of wearing a turban or a pagri, then government cannot say them to open that and wear a helmet instead. So this comes under the religious against some religious practices. So in this story, Paranjit the Sikh youth does not have to wear a helmet because the Indian state recognizes that wearing a pagri or turban is central to the Sikh religious practice, and in order to not to interfere with this and allows an exception in the law. So from this chapter we have come to this interference story. And this means that order to respect the sentiments of all religions and not to interfere with the religious practices, the state makes certain exceptions for particular religious communities. That what we said, that has been written over here. Now, Indian secularism is different from other democratic countries. So this is the part that we are going to read in our next video, or in what way the Indian secularism is different from what the other democratic countries. So this is for all for today, and we will be continuing with this part in our next video. Thank you and have a good time.